The Vrexian Empire had ruled the galaxy for 3,000 cycles, their crimson warships casting shadows across 100 star systems. War for them was a calculated game, a dance of shield harmonics and plasma volleys fought at distances measured in light seconds. They had never lost a battle. They had never needed to adapt. Commander Zelthar sat in his command throne aboard the dreadnought Endless Dominion, watching the humans' last colony world burn. The species had been an annoyance, nothing more. Primitive creatures who had barely mastered fusion drives before stumbling into Vrexian space. Their 12 worlds had fallen in as many days. This final planet, a mining outpost called New Anchorage, would be ash within the hour. Commander, his sensor officer chittered, mandibles clicking nervously. Spatial distortion detected. 500,000 kilometers bearing 037. Zelthar's three eyes narrowed. Pirates seeking salvage? Destroy them. Sir, the energy signature is unprecedented. Mass readings are... The officer's voice faltered. It's larger than our entire fleet. The viewscreen flickered, and Zelthar felt his blood cool. A warship hung in the void where empty space had existed moments before. No jump signature, no warp trail, it had simply appeared, as though reality itself had been torn open to birth it. The vessel was a brutal, angular thing, painted in gunmetal gray with human script blazing white along its hull. UESN Retribution. Hail them, Zelthar ordered, his confidence wavering for the first time in his long career. Demand their surrender. Static filled the bridge, then a voice, human female, cold as the void itself. This is Captain Anna Volkov of the United Earth Space Navy. You have 10 seconds to power down weapons and prepare for boarding. Resist and there will be no survivors. Zelthar's mandibles clicked in what might have been laughter. One ship against his fleet of 47 warships? Human arrogance knows no bounds. Open fire. All batteries. The Vrexian fleet responded as one, thousands of plasma bolts streaking toward the human vessel in a coordinated barrage that could vaporize a moon. The Retribution didn't dodge. It didn't raise shields. The plasma bolts simply ceased to exist 30 kilometers from its hull. What? Zelthar never finished the question. The human warship moved, not with the graceful acceleration of Vrexian drives, but with violent, instantaneous displacement that defied physics. One moment it was distant. The next it was among them, and the killing began. What the Vrexians called weapons, humans called antiquated. The Retribution had been built in the fires of desperation, constructed in hidden shipyards while the Empire burned humanity's colonies. Every lesson learned from 12 fallen worlds had been incorporated into its design. Every technological advantage humanity possessed, advantages the Vrexians had dismissed as impossibilities, had been weaponized. Railguns fired projectiles at 0.3 C, kinetic energy turning Vrexian shields into decorative light shows before obliterating the ships behind them. Magnetic field disruptors turned their carefully balanced drives into fusion bombs. And the point defense lasers, oh, the Vrexians had lasers too, but nothing like these. Humanity had learned to focus X-ray wavelengths through crystalline lenses forged in the heart of dying stars, beams that cut through armor plating like it was tissue paper. The Endless Dominion shuddered as 3 Vrexian destroyers simply ceased to exist, their debris fields expanding silently. Zelthar watched his fleet die ship by ship, the battle, if it could be called that, lasting less than 90 seconds. Deploy fighters, he roared. All of them! 2,000 Vrexian interceptors launched, their pilots screaming war cries in 12 different languages. They swarmed the Retribution like insects, firing everything they had. The human ship's point defense grid activated. 4,000 autonomous turrets tracked, calculated, and fired in perfect synchronization. The interceptors died in waves, each one picked off with mechanical precision. In 17 seconds, the fighter wing was reduced to scrap. Sir, his communications officer whispered. They're hailing us, the same voice. But this time Zelthar could hear something beneath the ice, rage barely controlled. You wanted to see how humans wage war, Commander. Let me educate you. A missile launched from the Retribution, just one. It was small, almost insignificant compared to the violence surrounding them. Zelthar's sensors tracked it heading not for his ship but toward New Anchorage below. Antimatter? His weapons officer guessed. No. Zelthar breathed, recognition dawning with horror. It's a rescue package. The missile deployed in orbit, releasing thousands of smaller pods. Within minutes, evacuation craft were launching from the colony, their human transponders blazing with hope. The Vrexians had been so focused on destruction, they hadn't noticed the humans' priority wasn't vengeance, it was saving their people. You came back for them, Zelthar said, understanding at last. Even knowing our fleet was here, even knowing the cost. Did you think we wouldn't? Captain Volkov's voice carried absolute conviction. You burned our worlds, killed billions, and you thought we'd just accept extinction? You thought we'd go quietly. A pause heavy with promise. Humans don't surrender, Commander. We adapt, we endure. And when you push us to the edge of extinction, we push back. The Retribution rotated, bringing its main cannon to bear on the endless Dominion. Zelthar saw it now, the weapon that ran the entire length of the ship. A magnetic acceleration chamber 3 kilometers long. You thought you knew war, Anna said softly. You thought war was about honor, about calculated exchanges and acceptable losses. Let me tell you what war means to humanity. It means we will cross the galaxy to avenge our dead. It means we will build weapons that violate every law of physics we know, just to ensure you can never hurt us again. It means that when you thought you were exterminating an inferior species, you were actually creating your executioners. The main cannon fired. Not plasma, not lasers. A solid projectile the size of a transport ship, accelerated to a percentage of light speed that turned it into a relativistic kill vehicle. The endless Dominion and the 3 ships behind it vanished in a flash of converted matter. Their atoms scattered across the cosmos. Commander Zelthar had no time to scream. When the Vrexian High Council received word of their fleet's destruction, they sued for peace within the day. The war that was supposed to last an afternoon had ended with humanity's first major victory. But Captain Anna Volkov stood on the bridge of the Retribution, watching the rescue ships evacuate New Anchorage, and felt no triumph. Her brother Oliver's face haunted her, his smile, his laughter extinguished when the Vrexians had bombed Earth's orbital platforms. He had been an engineer there, one of 5 million dead in that first strike. Orders, Captain? Her XO asked quietly. Anna looked at the stars, at the vast darkness between them, and thought of all the human colonies still out there, vulnerable and afraid. The Vrexians would remember this day. They would remember that humanity had limits and what happened when those limits were crossed. Set course for the next system, she said. There are more colonies to liberate, and the galaxy needs to learn a lesson. Humanity doesn't just survive. We come back stronger, we come back ready, and we never ever forget. The Retribution turned, its engines blazing with fusion fire, and disappeared back into the darkness from which it had emerged. A ghost ship, a legend, a promise of retribution that would echo across the stars for generations to come. The Galactic Empire had thought it knew war. It was wrong.